The CCP has acted viciously and wickedly throughout its more than 50-year rule over China. But why do the Chinese people lack a realistic understanding of the CCP's evil nature? Is it because the Chinese people are dumb? No. The Chinese are among the wisest nations in the world. The key lies in the deception, cruelty, and the mind control practiced by the CCP. Not many Chinese would even dare to think of calling the CCP an evil cult. All that people have heard have been the praises of the party, and their minds have been impoverished of any thought other than the ideas that reinforce the CCP. They can only hope that the CCP can reform, or that it might soon have a just leader, but they cannot recognize at all the evil nature of the CCP cult. The CCP keeps on confusing the Chinese people's notions. The CCP equates itself with China and instills the concept that loving the CCP is patriotic, and that being patriotic means loving the CCP in order to cover up its own sins. The CCP has been moving towards its complete doom. What is most troublesome is that this evil cult is stubbornly doing what it can to take the Chinese nation with it into an abyss of corruption and degeneration. There is an old Chinese idiom that means, "There will always be trouble until he who stirs it up is removed." The dying CCP's control over people's minds is now loosening. With the advance of telecommunications and the Internet, people are learning more and more facts. As the corrupt officials increasingly plunder and oppress the people, the public are beginning to wake up from their illusions about the CCP, and many of them have started to exercise civil disobedience. In its persecution of Falun Gong, the CCP has spent 1/4 of China's national resources. Yet the party has failed to achieve its goal of increased ideological control, and also further weakened itself, while at the same time revealing its absolute ruthlessness. This opportune moment has made people reconsider the CCP, and as a result is paving the way for the Chinese nation to free itself from the ideological bondage and completely break away from the control of the communist evil specter. Having lived under the evil rule of the CCP for over 50 years, the Chinese people do not need a violent revolution. Rather, they need redemption of their souls. This can be achieved through self-help, and the first step towards that goal is to become more aware of the evil and harmful nature of the CCP, to reject the communist falsehoods in their minds, clear away the party culture, and remove the CCP control of their minds, so that the evil specter can be eradicated and cleared out. Thus, it will have no place to hide. With the Chinese people's minds set right and human nature returned to its original state, the public would regain its morality and succeed in a transition to a decent, non-communist society. Nations ruled by communists are associated with poverty, totalitarianism, and persecution. There are very few such nations left. Their days are numbered. With the wisdom of the Chinese people, inspired by the historical glory of the Chinese nation, the day will come when people cast aside the party organizations that are attached to the state apparatus, allowing the social systems to function independently, backed up by the core forces of the society. A China that has been freed from the evil possession of communism will be a promising nation. The Chinese need to help themselves. They need to reflect, and they need to shake off the CCP.
众人，谁在痴迷中？彷徨，赤龙无力解，也残愿中华。旧瓶回首，尽梦醒。苍生归正道，江山抚清明。苍生归正道。